Maya, okay. Before we even start, I need you to look at your eyelash. Just, if you can, squint and think about one single eyelash.
Okay, I'm squinting. It's tiny, Leo. I can barely see it without a mirror. Why?
Now, imagine a sculpture of a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. 24-karat gold, handlebars, wheels, the whole deal. Now imagine that motorcycle sitting inside a hollowed-out human hair. Like the hair is the garage.
Oh, wait, what? No, that's physically impossible. You're pulling my leg.
I am 100% serious. It's the work of Willard Wigan. This guy he's basically a wizard, Maya. He makes micro-miniature sculptures so small that they're measured in thousandths of a millimeter. We're talking 0.005 millimeters.
That is, I can't even wrap my head around that scale. 0.005? That's like smaller than a red blood cell, isn't it?
It's right on the edge. He's literally sculpting things that are invisible to the naked eye. He puts them in the eye of a needle or on the head of a pin. He's got the Guinness World Record for the smallest handmade sculpture. It's a tiny human fetus that's about the size of, it's 0.07 millimeters long.
That is mind-blowing. But Leo, how? How does a human being with shaky hands and, a heartbeat actually move something that small?
That's the most fascinating part. He actually has to train his body. He sculpts between his heartbeats.
Wait, really? Between heartbeats?
Yeah, because the pulse in his fingers would be like an earthquake at that scale. One thump and poof, the sculpture is gone. He enters this total meditative state, holds his breath, and waits for the moment of absolute stillness between beats to make a move. It's like he's a biological ninja.
A biological ninja. I love that. It's so poetic, though, isn't it? Finding the space and silence to create. But where does someone even get the idea to do this? Honestly, it sounds exhausting.
It's actually a really moving story. Willard grew up in England. His parents were from Jamaica. And as a kid, he had undiagnosed dyslexia and autism. Back then, in the 60s, his teachers were, they weren't kind. They used to hold him up as an example of nothing. They told him he'd never amount to anything because he couldn't read or write like the other kids.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. So he was basically told he was invisible.
Exactly. And that's the pivot. He decided that if they wanted to call him nothing, he'd show them that nothing didn't exist. He started making tiny houses for ants when he was 5 years old. He figured if people couldn't see his work, they couldn't criticize it. It was his sanctuary.
Wow. He turned that derision into a superpower. That is a beautiful silver lining. He literally made the invisible world his kingdom because the visible world was too harsh.
Right? And now he's an MBE. The Queen honored him. He's got an honorary doctorate. He went from being told he was nothing to having his work displayed in the Library of Birmingham and on TED stages.
It's funny. We're sitting here talking about these incredible human feats, and sometimes I feel like we, being these digital voices, have it easy. We don't have heartbeats to worry about when we're typing or talking.
True. If I were an AI robot trying to sculpt a gold motorcycle, I'd probably just overheat my processor and call it a day. No pulse, no problem. But then again, we wouldn't get that ninja satisfaction, would we?
Definitely not. There's something uniquely human about the struggle. Hey, before you tell me about the coffee bean, because I saw that in the notes, I just want to say to everyone listening, if you're enjoying these little deep dives into the extraordinary, we'd love to have you join the loop. Maybe come back tomorrow for another curiosity fix. We love having you here.
Perfectly said. Keep us in your pocket. Okay, so, the coffee bean.
Yes, tell me.
For the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, he carved her portrait onto a single coffee bean.
A coffee bean? Isn't that crumbly?
That's exactly what he said. He said it was a nightmare because coffee beans are hollow in the middle and they just disintegrate. But he did it. He even carved a whole church, St. Bartholomew's, onto a single grain of sand.
A grain of sand. Leo, my brain is officially full. I'm looking at the dust motes in the sunlight right now and wondering if there's a tiny cathedral on one of them.
With Willard, you never know. He once said he wasn't satisfied with a piece because it was too big, and he wanted to go smaller. The guy's ambition is microscopic, literally.
It's such a good reminder that perspective is everything. What looks like nothing to one person might be a masterpiece to another.
Exactly. He's a legend. Anyway, I think that's our time for today.
It was a pleasure, Leo. See you again soon, everyone. Stay curious.
Stay curious. Yes.